Are you perhaps going through a grim and distressing time? One of those where you just don't see a way through and feel alone and with your back against the wall? Well, I'm there. My current challenge is financial. The $1 in the bank situation, as a few things didn't quite pan out as and when I expected. Now, this conversation is not about being frugal or how to save on peanut butter. Rather, we'll be chatting about what I've learned the hard way, that there are certain principles that you need to apply during these times. Your situation may be different, but join me today as I believe the principles are the same for most types of challenges. I'm the Forest Fairy. Welcome to my corner of the woods where I'm rebuilding, revamping, redesigning a magical life and hopefully inspire you to gather your own fairy dust. Hello everybody, I hope you're having an excellent week. It's definitely hibernation season for us. We don't get the deep layers of snow like many of you, but it's very cold and every now and again stormy and wet. And because the season is relatively short here, our homes are rather built with summer in mind. In the meantime, as you've heard, I'm experiencing an unexpected financial challenging period. A lot of focused and intentional work and decisions will begin to pay off, so there is light at the end of the tunnel, but it's about 2 months off. Over my life, I've had quite a few challenges, some financial, some within relationships, death, work. Maybe I've had more than some of you and maybe less than some of you. No matter, we've all had challenges. I've always tried hard to grow from my challenges, but not to let them define me or what my future would look like. What they did teach me is to apply 3 major principles. I've learned that the things that matter are love, strength, and a focused stillness and doing. Please remember to be kind and considerate even if you strongly disagree with either my view or that of someone commenting below. I've learned during the tough times, firstly, that I am loved. And secondly, I need to swallow my useless pride, thump down my ego and ask for help, as my family always steps up. This time they opened their doors, hearts and purses for me, didn't criticize me for stupid decisions or make me feel worse than I already did, and didn't put all sorts of conditions on the help. And for this, I am deeply grateful. Maybe you don't need financial support, but rather an ear to listen, or some sibling advice on a life-changing issue, or help with moving. I know family can be a funny thing, and it is never perfect. They fight, irritate each other, embarrass each other, bore each other, and sometimes just not the people you want to hang out with. My sister and I had an ongoing animosity for decades for some unknown reason. And I'm sure the psychologist would have a whale of a time with this issue. This was until I needed a place to stay after last year's flood. I rarely allow people to see me when I'm down and out. I hide until I can put on a smiley face again. But she saw me at my very, very low point. With no words, we just healed the rift, accepting our differences and embracing our similarities. I think we just softened. Perhaps it needed me to be vulnerable, to let go of all the nonsense. But the concept of family can also be fluid, meaning we can adapt into whatever family means to each of us personally. This is especially true for those who have very small families or don't know who their blood relations are or prefer not to know them. Then your friends become your family. And as with ordinary family, they can also irritate you, differ from you, fight with you. But if you cherish each other despite your differences, they can also step up for you if you allow them. Long ago, I heard the phrase that if there's no conversation, there's no relationship. So I encourage you to keep the conversations going with your families. Nurture them, even when they're uncomfortable, trying, or feel downright like a waste of time. Just a regular hello, how are you, can make it easier to have the hard conversations. Those when you need to ask for help or want to offer help. Some events you never quite get over, and the outcome isn't always what you imagined. Some just soften over time, but most, I promise you, even when you feel like you can't get through them or you just don't see a way or a reason to continue, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. In the meantime, I'm lighting a few candles of my own in the tunnel through the most powerful emotion ever, gratitude. At the moment, my gratitude is at baby steps. I'm grateful for a cup of tea, for my warm bed, my fluffy pillow, for being able to take the mongrels for a walk. I'm even grateful for my ear warmers and fingerless gloves. My heater has run out of gas, but it's given me the chance to wear these wonderful items and bask in the memories of buying them. As many of you know, I love K-drama, and the one thing I've learned is that traditional Asian medicine encourages one not to skip meals, even when things are really bad. Now, to be quite honest, meals are now simpler, but skipping them has never been an option for me. Yes, of course, I have my dips. But I have various practices to help me, some of which I discussed in the conversation, Feeling Overwhelmed, my 5 gentle ways to move through it. But I have realized I'm stronger than I thought. I'm more resilient than I expected, and I'm braver than I ever thought I would have to be. And so are you. Just light your own candles. Be still and be doing is a contradiction, I know, but hear me out. I'm here not talking about the duck meme that says, be calm on the surface and paddle like crazy below. Firstly, let's speak about being still. And again, as many of you know, becoming quiet is my biggest anchor in life. I become still for a variety of reasons and in various forms. Maybe I need to talk to God. Maybe I need to just listen. The conversations with God, so to speak. Or maybe I want to hear my own intuition and thoughts, or maybe I just want to blank and calm my mind. And I have various stillness practices, and a few of them may surprise you. I do the traditional morning meditation and journaling sessions. Then there's my knitting, my walking, my swimming, and sitting alone on my stoop drinking tea. I do admit the last 2 haven't happened lately due to the stormy weather and cold. And yes, you heard right, I have a knitting practice. Knitting is what I consider at the moment my flow activity. I'm either so engrossed with a pattern that my mind doesn't have space to think of anything else, or I'm thinking while I knit. I would imagine this would be the same for other hobbies and sports such as creating art, running, cycling, gardening. The stillness and space that these offer help balance my mind and emotions and manage my feelings such as anxiety, despair, and overwhelm. They also give me a sense of accomplishment, which is a very positive emotion. The second part, be doing, is the opposite of be still, but not the frantic fueled by anxiety, panic, or ego, but rather an intentional, focused doing, a doing born out of and confidence fueled by the stillness. For me, it's the belief and the knowing that the financial blockages I'm experiencing in various income streams at the moment will soon come to an end and abundance will flow. And then doing to the best of my abilities and with a grateful heart that which I'm led to do as the opportunities present themselves. A new buyer for my piece of ground, an exciting new project, and our conversations, of course. And yes, there is another 6 weeks or so of absolutely battling down every possible financial hatch, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train. Your be still and be doing may be very different from mine, depending on your challenge, but I believe the principles are the same. Be still and be doing. So there you have it. I've learned that love, strength, and faith are the things that keep me afloat and going during difficult times. Do you have any advice to share? Please tell us in the comments below about your challenge and how you got through it. If you enjoyed this conversation, you may like the one on the 6 conventional things that I've quit. In the meantime, wishing you a week filled with love, strength, and faith, and of course, sprinklings of fairy dust. Until next time, goodbye.